For language? Are you ready for language? Yes, ma'am. We're excited. No, I'm not getting any of that today. Okay. It's okay. We'll work with it. I know this is one of those classes. It's hard to get excited about. Are you at least excited to see me? Oh, good. We're doing something right then. Who said no? Shane. Shane. What am I going to do with you? Maybe I just won't give you any tickets. Okay, guys, make sure you have your language, your spelling, and your creative writing books out. And it looks like my mic is working. Let's see if Gianni is going to hop on here. I don't see him yet, but we'll go ahead and get started this morning. Anybody have anything fun to share with me today? Anything exciting? Yes, Emmeline. Happy birthday to your grandma. That's exciting. Are you guys doing anything fun? She's the queen. Is she going to get a cake or anything? No cake? You got to have a birthday cake. Do you know how to make a cake? Okay. Well, what you gotta do. You gotta make your grandma a cake or cookies or something, or go tell her you're gonna stop by and get her an ice cream or something. All right, Josiah, what do you have to share? You say that again. You got to hold your gecko and carry it around the house. Cool. That's awesome. Does your gecko have a name? What's his name? Rex. That is a clever name. You guys know what my kids have been doing recently? They have been on lizard hunts. I don't know if it's quarantine, but this is very exciting to them. They go around and they catch lizards with fishing rods. I don't know how they do it, but they do. And then they have this whole they use a fishing rod and fishing wire. And they put a little hoop, they tie a little loop at the bottom of it, and them and their neighbors, they go around and they catch lizards. They catch little tiny baby ones. They've caught big ones. So that's their new thing, is catching lizards. Pretty cool. Do we eat them? No, we don't eat the lizards. Do we what? Keep them? They have a little container they put them in, and then because I love animals, I make them release them because we don't know what to feed them, and I'm afraid they're gonna die. Crickets. Yeah. So I made them release them because I am afraid they'll die, and I think that's really sad because I love animals. Okay. Anything else? Ariel, you had your hand up. His name's Ralph, and he's a lizard? And you caught him? And you kept him? What do you feed him? Just grass? And he lives? How long have you had him? Okay, so maybe we can keep them. We might have to try it. If one dies, though, I'm gonna blame it on you, Ariel. I'll be like, Ariel told me it could eat grass and it died. Do you put a little water in there for it?
Yeah, we use a water bottle cap, one on camera.
And then just put a little in there.
But you have to be careful. Some of them can't eat veggies, some of them can't. They only eat veggies.
Gotcha. So I have to do a lot of research. Cool beans. All right, guys. Well, let's get started. Let's have a word of prayer. How's that sound before our class starts? And ask God to help us. Dear Lord, thank you for this day, God. Thank you for these 6th graders, Lord, soon to be 7th graders in one school year. Lord, we pray that you help them to have a great year this year. Lord, I pray you'd help them to learn everything they need to learn to be able to go to junior high. Help them to have a great day today and a great day tomorrow, and then a fabulous weekend. Lord, we love you, and we're so thankful for all of your blessings. In your name I pray. Amen. All right, go ahead and take out your language books again. we're going to visit fragments and sentences again. So go ahead and open up to that same page where we were yesterday. Page number 2. Okay, and let's review a little bit. Yes, Tristan? Yes, you should already have it. So make sure when Mr. Joel says grab them, grab all 3, okay? So we're ready to go. Check and see if Gianni's on. Not yet. Okay. So, okay, guys. So, we are learning about sentences and fragments. Let's review a little bit, okay? For a ticket, let's see who can remember what is a sentence. What is the definition of a sentence? Shane, do I want to call on you and give you a ticket after you said you weren't excited to see me? I think I'm going to give it to Josiah. He was excited to see me this morning. What is a sentence?
The sentence is
Okay, a group of words that go together. I'll give you one for that, but who can be more specific? Olive, a group of words that what? Express a complete thought, okay? Very good. Let's say that together. A sentence is a group of words that expresses a complete thought. Ready? Begin. A sentence is a group of words that expresses a complete thought, okay? Complete thought meaning the whole thought makes sense, okay? Once again, we talked about a puzzle. If you have this big puzzle and you're missing a few pieces, it's not complete. It doesn't make sense without those pieces. And that's the same way a sentence is. It has to express a complete thought. Have you guys ever started to think about something and then you get sidetracked? You're like, I wonder if, and then someone says something and you forget where you were going with that sentence? You didn't have a complete thought there, right? So a sentence is a group of words that expresses a complete thought. What is a fragment? Yes. Cameron, what's a fragment? Okay, it's like a sentence is separated. So you're saying like a sentence is broken up, right? So it doesn't express what? A complete thought. Yeah. So you're correct, okay? So a fragment is the opposite of a sentence, right? A sentence expresses a complete thought. A fragment only expresses part of a thought. A fragment usually is missing either the predicate part of the sentence or the subject part of the sentence. Now, who can remember, for 2 tickets, who can remember what is the predicate part of the sentence? Gavin, your hand was up first. It's not the subject and verb. Just the predicate. You guys remember what we said the predicate part of the sentence was? Ariel, do you remember? What they're doing. Ariel, you were listening very well yesterday. Excellent job. Yes, what they're doing. Okay, remember the predicate starts with the verb. The predicate starts with the what? The verb. The verb is a word that shows action. Shows us what they're doing. Okay, remember we have the predicate part, shows us what they're doing, and then we have the subject part, tells us who or what is doing that. Okay, Liviana scored the winning shot in the basketball game. Okay, scored the winning shot. That's the whole predicate part. Scored the winning shot in the basketball game. What was she doing? She scored the winning shot in the basketball game. Now, who or what did that action? Guys? Liviana. So she would be the subject part of the sentence. So whom or what that did that part of the sentence, that action part. Okay? So now we're going to play a little game. I'm going to break you guys up. Actually, I'm going to let you do this. How many do we have here? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Perfect. Everyone pick a partner. We have 4 girls, so 2 of you girls can team up. And everyone else pick a partner. Okay, you don't have to go stand by them. Just pick your partner. We'll get together in the end. All right, Liviana, who's your partner? Olive. Okay. Gavin, who's your partner? Josiah. Ariel. Landon, who's your partner? Adam, who's your partner? Cameron, who's your partner? Gavin. Tristan, who's your partner? Shane. And Adam, your partner's with who again? Okay. So, I am going to give each of you a part of my heart. Oh. It's broken, right? So, this side has, it says write a fragment that is missing the subject. It gives an example. Rode her bicycle to the park. That's the action part of the sentence. It's missing the subject. It's not a complete heart. It's broken. On this side of the heart, it says write a fragment that is missing the predicate. The big white hairy dog. Now here's the funny part, okay? Because you're not going to know what your partner's writing. So my examples, I would read it when I put my heart together. Let's see here, like this. My example sentence would read, the big white hairy dog rode her bicycle to the park. Okay, now that's a complete sentence. It's a silly sentence, but it's a complete sentence. So what I want you guys to do is come up with your part of the sentence, your fragment. Then when you put it together at the end, it will be a complete sentence. Okay, so as we're going around, I gotta make sure that you each have a different part. Go give this one to your partner. Go give this one to your partner. If you need help knowing what to write on yours, please let me know. This one's yours. Go give this one to your partner. This one's yours. Go give this one to your partner. Who's your partner? Cameron? Okay, I'll give him his then. As soon as you get it, you can start. The only rule is you cannot communicate with your partner. And you cannot rewrite what I already wrote for an example. Shane. Okay, so everyone should have their heart. So, Tristan, you're writing a fragment that is missing the predicate. So you're writing the subject part of the fragment. So you're going to pick a subject, like the big black dog, or my favorite ice cream, or it has to be the subject, the whom or what your sentence is about. You are writing the fragment that's missing the subject. So you're going to write the verb, the predicate part of the sentence. So your example is rode her bicycle to the park. So you're going to write what they're doing here. Okay? Does anyone else need help understanding what part of the sentence you're writing? Okay, so you're writing the part that's missing the subject. So you're writing the verb part, the action part. So what are they doing? So you could write like swam in the lake all night, or jumped in the river, or climbed the mountain all the way to the top. You're writing what they're doing part. I don't remember. Swam in the river all day long. Okay, so those are just examples. You're writing what they're doing, Cameron. Okay, and then you're writing the fragment that is missing the predicate. So you're going to write the subject part. Okay, so who or what the sentence is about. Okay, so it could be my very kind mom, the sweet little boy. You're writing who or what the sentence is about. It's a fragment. You're not writing a whole sentence. Yep, you're right. So you're writing the subject part. So could be anything that's a who or what. The big tall mountain, the funny looking frog, the principal of the school, my mom. It has to be a fragment and just a subject part. 2 F's. Go. So you're writing a fragment that's missing the predicate part. So you're writing the subject part. So right here, the example, the big white hairy dog. So you're going to write something like that. that's the noun or the subject, what the sentence is about. Okay? So who do you want the sentence, or what do you want the sentence to be about? It doesn't have to be a person. Remember, it can be a thing. It could be the big gallon of water, or the big chocolate donut, or the sweet chocolate donut, or the caramel latte. I'm thinking coffee right now because I love coffee. So it can be anything on those. Okay, good. Gianni, good to see you. We're doing a little game right now. We're learning about subjects and predicate parts of our sentences. So we're playing a little game. We're putting fragments together to see if we can make a complete sentence. And we're going to be working again on page number 2 in your language book. So if you want to go ahead and turn to page 2, we'll be there in just a minute when we're finished with this game, okay? Yes, sir.
Can I put swim?
Sure. Anything that's the action part of the sentence, yes. Yes, you're only writing one, and then you're going to put it together. How many of you are done? Raise your hand if you're done. Who's still trying to come up with theirs? It's okay. No, I'm fine. Yes. You're done? Okay. So think about anything. It could be a pen, the green pen. It could be the blue book. It could be the big fat desk. It could be my green frog. It could be the football field. You're just writing the subject part, okay? Okay. Leanna, did you get yours? I'm going to give you 30 more seconds, okay? Listen, 6th grade, don't make it difficult, okay? You're either writing the subject part of the sentence or the verb part of the sentence, okay? Just writing a fragment. You're not writing a complete sentence. So if you're writing the part that's missing the verb, the predicate, then it's going to be a noun, a whom, or a what the sentence is about. If you're writing the action part of the sentence, then you're writing what are they doing, okay? 15 more seconds. Okay, those of you that are done, put your pencils down and go find your partner. And you're going to put your hearts together. And we're going to read our complete sentences now. Okay, looks like you guys are already reading your sentences. Okay, stay together. And 6th grade, listen carefully. In a minute, I'm going to go through. 6th grade, in a minute, I'm going to go through and have you guys read them nice and loud for everyone to hear. So we have to be quiet, 6th grade. I'm going to wait. Okay. See who's standing quietly, ready to go. Okay. When I call on you, all I want you to do is read your sentence. So you're going to designate one person. Actually, I'll just have you each read your part, but make sure you read it right after the other, okay? So the person who had the subject part needs to read that first, and then the predicate, okay? Gavin and Josiah, read your sentences. Everyone else, listen very carefully, 6th grade. Cameron and Tony and Landon and Adam, we need to be quiet so we can hear other people's sentences, please. All right, Gavin and Josiah, go ahead.
Bananas, trees, potatoes, Josiah, Timmy, and Flag. Shot the basketball.
Okay, read it nice and loud so everyone can hear.
Bananas, trees, potatoes, Josiah, Timmy, and Flag. Shot the basketball.
Okay, did you guys hear that? So the sentence was bananas, trees, potatoes, Josiah, Timmy, and Flag shot the basketball. So now we have a complete sentence. It was a silly sentence, but it was a complete sentence. Good job, boys. You may find your seats. All right, girls back here, go ahead. Nice and loud.
The big, gray, fluffy dog was picking its nose.
Gross. All right, that was funny, though. We have the big, gray, fluffy dog was picking his nose. All right, good job.
Dunked on Cameron.
The big fat bear dunked on Cameron. Poor Cameron. All right. Tony and Cameron, read us yours.
My big fat green frog swam
My big fat green frog swam in the ocean. Good. All right, Liviana and Olive.
The big old bear.
Hold on to it for now.
The big old fluffy bear flew across the ocean.
The big old fluffy bear flew across the ocean. Awesome. I want to see that. All right, good job. And Tristan and Shane, read just yours. Nice and loud. The subject goes first.
Okay. The dog has no leg.
And ate the hot dog and became a glizzy goblin.
Okay, so you just want to write the subject part. So you would really just want to say the dog and then read yours again.
And ate the hot dog and became a glizzy goblin.
So you would say the dog ate the hot dog and became a glizzy gobbler. Interesting. All right, good job, boys. All right, everyone sitting up straight and tall. Give me 5. You guys remember what that means? Good job. All right, now let's look at our books again, okay? Now you guys did that fun little silly experiment, okay? But what I wanted you to see by that is that really a sentence is made up of 2 parts, okay? You have the subject part and you have the predicate part. If you have a subject without a predicate, you have a fragment. If you have a predicate without the subject, you have a fragment. Those 2 parts have to go together to be complete. Okay? And so when you're thinking about, composing a sentence, okay, you guys are in 6th grade now. So we're beyond the little short sentences, right? The dog ate the banana. We should be at this point now starting to develop our language and start to be able to write with some intelligence and some variety. And so I want you to think about this. I want you to think about a craftsman, okay? What is a craftsman anyways? Someone raise your hand and tell me. What is a craftsman? Gavin? He crafts stuff, right? He makes stuff, right? And so you can have someone who is a craftsman who's really good at putting things together the correct way. Obviously, it took a craftsman to put these desks together. He had to build them. But what if a craftsman had no creativity? Do you think he would build the most amazing things? No. It would be like, okay, here's a box, right? That's not anything special. It's just a box. The craftsman built a box. Now, he built the box very well, but it's just a box. Now, if you have someone who's very, very creative, but they don't know how to put it together correctly, let's say someone is very creative and they imagine this beautiful mansion, but they go out to the field and they just start gathering some sticks and try to put the sticks together to build this mansion. Is it going to work very well? No. So you have to have both. You have to have creativity and you have to have craftsmanship. Now, if you have a craftsman who's really good at his trade and you have that craftsman is also very creative, now that creativity with that fine craftsmanship, you can build some pretty amazing things, right? And so that's how I want you to envision language, okay? You're craftsmen, but you also have to have creativity. You have to have both put together, okay? We don't want to just have a box for our writing, right? We want our writing to be interesting. People want to read it. Can you imagine? Would I really want to read a book? If I picked up a book and it was just like the dog was brown, the dog was hairy, the dog had a tongue, would I really be interested in reading that? No, it's not interesting. It's not creative. We start using adjectives to make our writing more colorful. We start building upon things to really paint a picture in someone's mind. So that's where the creativity comes in. So we want to have creativity. We want to have craftsmanship. We want to be able to be creative, but we also want to be able to put it together correctly, okay? You don't want to write this big creative story, but it follows no grammatical rules, because then it's not done correctly and no one wants to read that either, okay? So language is both. And I want you to envision yourself as you're writing, as you're coming up with sentences, as maybe later on the year and we might write a book report or a composition. I want you to think, am I being a craftsman? Am I using creativity? You need both to make it very interesting, okay? So we looked at page 2 yesterday and we introduced what a sentence in our fragment was, and we did 1 through 5. So I want us to finish 6 through 15 and then we'll go back and do the go back at the bottom. So in this section, remember that we are writing S for what class? Sentence. And we're writing the letter F if it is a what? Fragment. Okay? So let's go on to number 6. When I call on you, I want you to read the sentence nice and loud. Now I know we all have masks on, and it's really hard to read or to say it loud and to hear. So you're just gonna have to be louder than you normally are, okay? So we can hear. Plus we have the air on. So when I call on you, just read it nice and loud. Okay, number 6. Liviana, read it for us, please. Good. As I watched the 2 kittens play with a ball of yarn. Nice long group of words there. Is it a sentence though or a fragment, class? How many of you think it's a sentence? Raise your hand. How many of you think, nope, it's a fragment? Raise your hand. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on up and get a ticket. It is a fragment. Good job. Why? Which one of you 4 that raised your hand for fragment can tell me why it's a fragment? Olive, can you tell me why it's a fragment? You can go look at your book if you need to. Here's one for you. And Shane. Oop. These tickets are kind of hard to rip out sometimes. There you go, bud. Do you know why? Why did you say it was a fragment? As I watched the 2 kittens play with a ball of yarn. Ariel, what do you think?
Because it's just telling them what they were doing.
It's not a complete thought, right? Did that leave you hanging a little bit? Like, what happened as I watched the 2 kittens playing with a ball of yarn? Did I fall off my chair? Did my mom come home and say it's dinner time? I don't know what happened. But starting with that word as I watched, you want to know what happened as I watched. So it's not a complete thought. It's a lot of words. So don't be confused, 6th grade. There's going to be times where you only have 3 words. I like spaghetti. 3 words. Still a complete sentence. It's a complete thought. It has a subject, I. It has a verb, like. And it's telling you what I like. Spaghetti, that would be a direct object. So just because there are a lot of words does not mean it's a complete sentence. So you have to look carefully and see. Does it make complete sense? Okay? Those of you that were in my 2nd grade language class, you guys remember the jingles we did? A sentence is complete. When 5 simple rules, it meets. It has a subject, and a verb. It makes sense with every word. Add a capital letter, and an N, mark. Now we're finished, and aren't we smart? And guess what you guys get to learn today? That jingle. Here we go. Ready? And it goes like this. We'll repeat after me. I'll do the first part and then I'll have you repeat it. A sentence. A little bit louder. That's not going to work. A sentence. Is complete. Oh, no. Stop. You got to do the hand motions. Complete. Okay, let's do that again. Ready? We'll start over. A sentence. Is complete. When 5 simple rules, it meets. Say that with me, ready? When 5 simple rules, it meets. It has a subject. Say that with me. It has a subject, and a verb. It makes sense with every word. Add a capital letter, and an N, mark. Now we're finished, and aren't we smart? Good. You guys got the gist of it? We're going to do it one more time. Nice and loud, or I'm going to make you stand, and we'll do it all over. So if you show me we can do it loud this time, this will be the last time, and we'll do it again tomorrow. Here we go. Ready? Begin. A sentence is complete. When 5 simple rules, it meets. It has a subject, and a verb. It makes sense with every word. Add a capital letter, and an N mark. Now we're finished, and aren't we smart? Now, honestly, that jingle, I learned jingles all throughout school and even college because it helps me to remember. When I went to college, I took an education class about history, and we had to know all of the presidents and all of the states and capitals. And guess what I did when I was sitting in that class writing my presidents down? I was singing Washington, Adams, Jefferson, Madison, Monroe, Adams, Jackson, Van Buren. I was singing it in my head because I had learned it, and it was really easy to remember it for my test. So these little jingles, they do help you. They make it a more creative way to put that into your brain, okay? We said it has a capital letter and an N mark. It has a subject and a verb, and it makes complete sense, okay? So when you're looking at a sentence, you need to look for those things, okay? Did it start with a capital letter? Okay. Did it have an N mark? Period, question mark, exclamation point. Did it have a subject? Okay. Who that sentence is about, or what that sentence is about. And did it have a verb? What are they doing? And then if it had all of that, did it make complete sense? If you can check off all of those things, okay? And once again, I'm going to write these on the board so you can remember. Okay? 1, start with subject. It has to have a subject. It has a subject. Number 2, it has a what? A verb. Number 3, it makes sense with every word. It has a capital letter. I'm writing quickly, so excuse my not so nice writing. And it has an what? End mark, meaning a period, a question mark, a exclamation point. Those are your 5 things to check, okay? So when you're looking at a sentence, does it have a subject? Yes, it does, okay? What is the subject doing? Oh, they're skiing. Okay, it has a verb. Does it make sense? Yeah, it makes sense. Does it have a capital letter? Yep. Does it have an end mark? Yep. If it has all 5 of those things, then you have a complete sentence. So number 6 tricked us a little bit, because you could look at that sentence and say, it has a subject, it has a verb, it had a capital letter, didn't have an end mark. None of these have end marks, by the way, so we're going to ignore the end mark because they don't want to give it away on this, okay? But the one thing that number 6 didn't have is it didn't make complete sense because it kind of left us hanging, right? So this is your checklist. Check these things when you're looking to see if it's a sentence or fragment. Number 7, Olive, read it for me, please. Flying south for the winter. Adam, fragment or sentence? Flying south for the winter. Let's check it. Does it have a verb? What is the action? Flying. Good. Has a verb. Check. Whom or what is flying? It's incomplete. It's missing the subject. Okay? Does not have the subject part of the sentence. So once again, you use this checklist. Okay? Number 7 is a fragment. Number 8. Read it for me, Shane. Honesty pays. Shane, sentence or fragment? Good. Why? It makes sense. Does it have a verb? What is it? The verb, the action. Okay, it has a verb. And then whom or what pays? Honesty has a subject, has a verb, makes complete sense. Started with a capital letter. They're not putting any end marks on any of these. But it is a complete sentence. 2 words. Now, how many of you looked at that and thought, there's no way that's a sentence, it's only 2 words long? Be honest, how many of you thought that? You all knew it was a sentence? Okay, very good. I'm shocked because I was going to guarantee that someone in here thought that was a fragment because you didn't take time to look at it and analyze it. You just thought, oh, that's too short to be a sentence. But remember, sentences can be short, but they have to be complete. Number 9. Josiah, read it for me, please.
With my grandmother during Christmas vacation.
With my grandmother during Christmas vacation. Josiah, sentence or fragment?
Fragment.
Fragment, good. Why?
Because
Yeah, you're right. It's not, the biggest thing for me is it doesn't make sense. It doesn't have the correct subject and verb, but it also doesn't make sense, okay? It's missing part of the sentence. With my grandmother during Christmas vacation. Who was with my grandmother during Christmas vacation? What were we doing with my grandma during Christmas vacation? That's really just a clause, not a sentence. Number 10, read it for me, Emmeline. No one knows why he did it. Subject or sentence or fragment, Emmeline? Sentence, very good. Gianni, can you hear me okay today? If you can, go ahead and comment. I just want to make sure you can hear today. Yes, it is a sentence. And here's why. Okay, it has a verb, knows. Who or what knows? One. One knows. And then it makes sense. No one knows why he did it. That makes sense. Has a capital letter, and we would add an end mark at the end there. Okay, number 11. Tony, read it for me, please. On the table lay a mysterious package. Sentence or fragment? Sentence. Good job. Has a subject. Lay. Who or what lay? The package lay. It makes sense. It has a capital letter, and we would add the end mark there. Number 12. Tristan, read it for me, please. A pelican.
A pelican dives into the water to scoop up a fish in its pouch.
Good. A pelican diving into the water to scoop up a fish in its pouch. What do you think? Subject or, I'm sorry, I keep saying that. Sentence or fragment? A pelican diving into the water to scoop up a fish in its pouch. Look at it again. A pelican diving into the water to scoop up a fish in his pouch. It's a fragment, and here's why, Tristan. If that would have said a pelican dove into the water to scoop up a fish in its pouch, it would be a sentence. But here that word diving, it doesn't make sense, right? A pelican diving into the water to scoop up a fish in his pouch. What? What happened to him? It leaves you hanging there, okay? It's not complete. And then number 13, Lana, read it for us, please. The lifeguard blew his whistle. Sentence or fragment? Sentence, good. Blew is your action verb. Who or what blew? Lifeguard. It makes sense. It has a capital letter. We would add an end mark there. And then number 14, Gavin, go ahead. Read the sentence for me first, though. Good. After he painted the garage, he took a long nap. You are absolutely right. It is a sentence. It has a subject and verb. Took is your verb. Who or what took? He took. It makes sense. After a long nap, or after a long, I'm sorry, I'm reading the wrong thing. After he painted the garage, he took a long nap. Makes complete sense. Has a capital letter. We would add an end mark there. Number 15, last one. Adam, read it for us. Sentence or fragment? Whistling through the trees and producing beautiful music. Look at it closer. What's the action? What's happening in this sentence? Whistling and producing. Who or what is whistling through the trees and producing beautiful music? It's a fragment. I think that they're implying the wind is. The wind was whistling through the trees and producing beautiful music, but it doesn't state it. Okay, so once again, we have to be careful. We have to look, go through our checklist and see, do we have every part that we need for a sentence? Now let's look at the go back. The go back at the bottom there says put a period at the end of every sentence and think. Be ready to make a fragment into a sentence when your teacher calls on you. Okay, so you're going to go back and every one that you wrote S next to, sentence, you're going to put a period in. So go ahead and do that first. Yes, sir. Is it emergency? You can't wait? Okay. Josiah, can you go with him real quickly, please? Make sure you wash your hands, boys, when you come back.
What was 13 and 14 again?
13 and 14 were both sentences.
What was 15 again?
15 was a fragment because we didn't have a subject there. Okay, now that we put our periods in, it says to go back, and we want to change the fragments into a sentence. So I want you to look at those carefully. I'm going to call on some of you, and when I call on you, I want you to be able to change that fragment into a sentence. I'll do the first one for you. The first one says, in the shop on the corner of 5th and Main. Okay? I got to change that into a sentence. So if I was doing it, I would probably say, I found a beautiful dress in the shop on the corner of 5th and Main. Now it makes complete sense, right? And who doesn't like to find a beautiful dress in a shop? Let's go shopping right now, girls. What do you say? Okay, so does everyone understand what we're doing in this section here? So let's look at number 2. Number 2 is also a fragment. When knights wore armor. Who can change this into a sentence for me? When knights wore armor. Cameron? It's okay. Take a minute. Let me know if you need some help. Do you need some help with this one? I'll let you do the next one. Okay. Ariel, give them some help. When knights wore armor, they were shiny in the sun. I like it. Good job. Okay, let's look at the next fragment. And let's see how we can change it. Cameron, do you think you can do this one? Doing a very fine job. Doing a very fine job. Say it again. I did a very, or it's doing a very fine job. So you would say I am.
Oh, I am doing that.
Good. It needed a subject. I am doing a very fine job. Okay, let's look at the next fragment. As I watched the 2 kittens play with a ball of yarn. How can we make this one a sentence? Aviana? Good. As I watched the 2 kittens play with a ball of yarn, I played with them. Good job. Made it a complete thought. Okay, next one. Flying south for the winter. Gavin? Did you say birds? Good. Birds were flying south for the winter. Does anyone know what that process is called when birds fly south for the winter? Adam, your hand was up first. Good. What'd you say? Not hibernating. That's when like bears go in their caves and sleep the whole winter long. What does it mean when they fly south for the winter? Olive? Migration. Good. That was just a little extra. It has nothing to do with language, but we might as well learn some new things as we go along. Okay, let's look for the next fragment. Number 9. With my grandmother during Christmas vacation. Who can turn this one into a sentence? Emmeline?
Me and my grandmother were going on vacation for Christmas.
Okay, good. Can you, though, Emmeline, can you take the words they already have there and just turn that into a sentence? So you want to use the words with my grandmother during Christmas vacation. So what were you doing with your grandmother during Christmas vacation?
We were having fun inside the house.
So you could say, I was having fun inside the house with my grandmother during Christmas vacation. Okay? Very good. So they don't want you to completely change the words that are there. They just want you to take those words and turn it into a complete sentence. All right, number 12. A pelican diving into the water to scoop up a fish in its pouch. Tony? Okay, so good. You chose the word, change the word from diving to dove, and that does make it a complete sentence. Or you could say, like, a pelican diving into the water to scoop up a fish in its pouch got caught in a fishing net. Okay, so do you see the two different ways you could change that one? All right, and number 15, last one, whistling through the trees and producing beautiful music. Adam? I was whistling through the trees and producing beautiful music. Good. Remember, we don't want to change the words. We want to just change it into a sentence. I probably would have put there, the wind was whistling through the trees and producing beautiful music. All right, very good. We're going to stop there with our language today. We will go on to the next page tomorrow, okay? I want you to go ahead and take out your spelling books quickly. Yes, Cameron? It is time to take out our spelling books. Isn't that amazing? Spelling time. What time is it? Spelling time! It is 11:22. All right, everyone sitting up straight and tall, no talking. List number 1 is what we're on. You'll notice on this list, once again, we're looking at words that have the root aster in it. Asterisk, astrology, astronomy, astronaut, disastrous. We have words that have the prefix con and com in it, meaning with, together, or completely. And then we have suffixes, words with suffixes with the cy suffix. The cy means the state of. Okay, so understand how they're compiling this list. All right, yesterday we did the test your understanding section. So if you did not finish that or you missed some of those, make sure that you have that finished. If you did finish it, raise your hand and I'll come and collect it real quickly so I make sure I can give you credit for that. I know there was more than Josiah that didn't have this turned into me yesterday. Does anyone else have it? Okay, go get it real quickly if you have it. I will have to, at lunchtime? I'll have to check. If you don't know during lunch, I can check to make sure I have yours. Make sure your name's on it. Yep, okay. Make sure we're always turning in our papers so you can get full credit, okay? All right, we're going to go through and say, spell, say. We will play a game here in a few days to see how well we're learning the spelling of these. But right now, we're just going to quickly go through, just like we did yesterday. Put your pointer finger on it. We're going to say it. We're going to spell it. We're going to say it. I want to hear you all saying it. I want to see you all using your pointer finger. There is a reason. Yes? You have Gavin's? Gavin, here you go. I don't know if it's complete. You want to double check that, okay? I want to make sure that you're all using your pointer fingers and you're all saying them with me. That's how we learn spelling. Spelling is very much memorization, okay? Especially since you guys are kind of past the phonics rule stage. We're learning a lot just by memorizing. So we have to study. We have to put effort in, okay? Once again, this doesn't change. When you get to go to high school, you have to memorize. When you go to college, you have to memorize. I used to walk my room. It helped me to memorize when I was at home by like walking around and just saying it over and over in my head, spelling it over and over in your head, having mom and dad have you spell it to them. Okay, so these are all ways that you can help learn these spelling words. Yes, sir. Is it an emergency? Okay, then let's hold it. Okay, this is an important time. 6th grade chai, make sure remember you use the restroom during break times, okay? All right, number 1. Here we go. Ready? Point your fingers on. Everybody. Thank you. Book flat on your desk too, Shane, for me. Here we go. Ready? Begin. Asterisk. A-S-T-E-R-I-S-K. Asterisk. Louder. Number 2. Astrology. Louder. A-S-T-R-O-L-O-G-Y. Astrology. Number 3. Astronomy. A-S-T-R-O-N-O-M-Y. Astronomy. Number 4. Astronaut. A-S-T-R-O-N-A-U-T. Astronaut. You're not learning them if you're not saying them. Everybody say them, please. Number 5. Ready, begin. Disastrous. D-I-S-A-S-T-R-O-U-S. Disastrous. Number 6.
Commercial. C-O-M-M-E-R-C-I-A-L. Commercial.
Good. Number 7. Companion.
C-O-M-P-A-N-I-O-N. Companion.
Good. Number 8. Compelled.
C-O-M-P-E-L-L-E-D. Compelled.
Number 9.
Compare. C-O-M-P-A-R-E. Compare.
Number 10.
Commodity.
Commodity. C-O-M-M-O-D-I-T-Y. Commodity. Number 11. Complain.
C-O-M-P-L-A-I-N. Complain.
Good. Number 12. Complex. C-O-M-P-L-E-X. Complex. Number 13. Contrite. C-O-N-T-R-I-T-E. Contrite. Number 14. Compose. C-O-M-P-O-S-E. Compose. Number 15. Compound. C-O-M-P-O-U-N-D. Compound. Number 16. Comprehensive. C-O-M-P-R-E-H-E-N-S-I-V-E. Comprehensive. Number 17.
Composition.
C-O-M-P-O-S-I-T-I-O-N.
Composition.
Good. Everybody. Number 18.
Compulsive.
C-O-M-P-U-L-S-I-V-E. Compulsive. Number 19. Conceal. C-O-N-C-E-A-L. Conceal. Next one, number 20. Conceit. C-O-N-C-E-I-T. Conceit. Same with me, please. Number 21. Concentration. C-O-N-C-E-N-T-R-A-T-I-O-N. Concentration. Next one. C-O-N-C. Concept. Everybody, number 23. Compact. Use your pointer.
C-O-M-P-A-C-T. Compact.
Number 24. Conclusion. C-O-N-C-L-U-S-I-O-N. Conclusion. Number 25. C-O-N.
C-R-E-T-E. Concrete.
Number 26.
C-O-N-D-E-M-N.
Condemn. Number 27. Condescend. Good. Spell it with me. Ready? C-O-N-D-E-S-C-E-N-D. Condescend. Number 28.
Confederate.
C-O-N-F-E-D-E-R-A-T-E. Confederate. Number 29. Consent. C-O-N-S-E-N-T. Consent. Number 30. Convert. C-O-N-V-E-R-T. Convert. Number 31. Buoyancy. B-U-O-Y-A-N-C-Y. Buoyancy. Number 32. Consistency. C-O-N-S-I-S-T-E-N-C-Y. Consistency. Number 33. Deficiency. D-E-F-I-C-I-E-N-C-Y. Deficiency. Number 34. Frequency. F-R-E-Q-U-E-N-C-Y. Frequency. Next one.
Privacy.
P-R-I-V-A-C-Y. Privacy. Excellent job. Okay, we're going to stop there with that today. Keep studying over those. You are going to write those one time today. So if you don't get it done in class, then that will be homework. So you'll have to write that on your homework sheet one time. You're going to write them on paper. You do not have to write the definitions today, just the spelling words, one time each. Okay? So if you want to pull out your homework sheet, go ahead and write that out so you don't forget. If you don't have your homework sheet, go get it quickly. Tony? It is due tomorrow, yes. So you probably will have time to get it done in class, but if you don't, it's homework. I want to see everyone writing that on their homework sheet right now. Thank you, Josiah, for obeying right away. Yes, sir. Writing spelling words one time each. You're going to write them on a piece of paper. You do not have to write the definitions. I'll write it on the board here so you can just copy. You're going to write this under the language spelling section. Write spelling list one time each. No definitions. Writing spelling words helps put it into your brain a little bit better. So that is the assignment for today for your spelling. Make sure you write it under Thursday's day. Did everyone get that written? Yes. It's not yours? Okay. Gavin, if I don't have it, it's going to go in as a 0 for incomplete, so you make sure you do it and give it to me if you haven't already, okay? Okay, guys, we are on page number 5 on your cursive, okay? Yesterday, you were supposed to finish page 5, copying, warming up with your circles and then your little C's, and then doing a line each of the big A and little a, big B and little b, big C and little c. And then you were supposed to copy the following sentence twice. It said to be sure to watch your spacing. Yesterday we focused on the word spacing, okay? Remember, we don't want our letters crammed together. We don't want them spread too far apart. We just want a nice, close spacing, okay? I'm going to come around and I'm going to check to make sure you finish page 5. And then today's assignment for this lesson is to then take out a sheet of paper and you are going to copy sections 1 and 2 on a piece of paper. Now, the reason why they want you to do this is because you practice it on your page. Now they want you to perfect it on a piece of notebook paper, okay? So as you're writing it on your notebook paper, I don't want you to rush through it. I want you to perfect it. I want you to take your time. Make sure you have the right slant. You can use your slant guide behind your piece of paper. I want you to make sure you're forming those letters correctly. If you need help during this time, I will come around and I can help you with any formation problems. But that is your assignment for today, and you can work on it until lunchtime. If you finish that, then you can go ahead and start working on your spelling homework, okay? So I'm going to give you about 10 minutes to work on these 2 assignments. Gianni, so the homework is just to write your spelling list 1 time. You do not have to write the definitions. And then you also need to finish page 5 if you have not finished that in your cursive book. And you are to copy sections 1 and 2. So once you finish this page, you are to copy sections 1 and 2 onto a piece of notebook paper. Once you have finished that, you can turn that in to me on Friday, the next Friday when you come, or you can have your grandma take a picture of it and email it to me, okay? So that is your homework, and I'm going to go ahead and end the stream now, and you can work on